Hi everybody, welcome to part 3 of our 3-part video where we're configuring an ESP32 microcontroller. In this video we're going to do a basic configuration and then we're going to set it up to connect to our Wi-Fi network. First step is to make sure our device is plugged into our workstation so that we can access it. Step 2 is to open Thonny. And we can see down here that we're connected to our device. All right, first thing I want to do is so there are two modes that this microcontroller can be set up for, and it's the same way with the 8266, which is the predecessor to this ESP32. And let's see. The first mode is AP mode, which is access point mode. That allows other devices to connect into this microcontroller, which is not something we want for this exercise. And then the second mode is station mode. That isolates the microcontroller. It allows it to connect out, but doesn't allow connections to it. So we're going to use station mode for this exercise. First thing we're going to do is import the network libraries. And then we're going to run the command that initializes the Wi-Fi capabilities. And this is an access point we're testing. So we need to change that to AP_IF and go ahead and hit enter. And then we'll run the command that actually tests the status of that function. And this should tell us if it's active or not, and it is not, which is what we want. So we're good there. All right, so the next step is to go into our file system on the device. So when the device is plugged in, you have the option of accessing the Micropython device, which is what we're going to do, or accessing the computer that you're working on. In this case, we'll click here, and we see a boot.py file. That's the default file that's installed when Micropython is installed on the device. That's the initial file that's created, or the default file. Let's go into here, and this file, every time the device boots up or restarts, resets, whatever, this file is automatically run. So this will be where our main configuration goes for initializing the network connection and all of that. So let's go into here, and it is empty. So we are going to go ahead and begin our configuration. First thing we need to do again is import the network libraries. And then we are going to begin configuring this device for station mode. And this initializes the network capabilities, the wireless network capabilities. And that looks good. And this next command sets it to run in station mode. active true. And that's it for that. So we will move on and we will create our settings to initialize the to configure our specific wireless network settings and to begin the connection to the wireless network, to begin establishing a connection. So we'll print a message initially showing what we're doing instead of just waiting and waiting and waiting and not knowing what's going on. Connect the network. And our next command will be the actual SSID and password to our wireless network. So it doesn't belong there. So we'll put in our SSID first. Comma. And then our Wi-Fi password. And then the next line will continue on with the connection process. And then we will print a message once connection's established, and it will display the configuration that was assigned to it by the Wi-Fi, by the router using a DHCP. ISconfig. Mixed up between Windows and Linux half the time. All right, and let's see. I believe that is good. So let's go ahead and save this. We'll find out if we have any errors when we run it. And we'll do a stop restart backend. So connecting to network. That's just stuff. And we see down here, this is the network information, IP address, gateway, and all of that that was assigned to this device from our Wi-Fi router, modem router. And so we've successfully connected. That's all there is to it. And I think I'm going to create a video 3.1. I'd like to set up a listener. I have a Linux server in my environment. I'd like to set up a listener on that Linux server and then configure this device to send data to that Linux server just to show how that process works. It's important to be able to to transfer data off of this device for whatever it's doing, from whatever it's doing, and transfer it to another location where it can be processed, used in whatever way it needs to be used. So in my environment, I have this set up so I have an ESP32 set up that sends data to my server, and then I have a JavaScript that processes that and puts it in a chart and displays it on a web page just to see how that works. It's not valuable information or anything like that or anything serious. It's just I want to see how that process works, so I set that up to do that. And I think in our next video we'll do something like that to just to demonstrate how this device can be used. And I think that's it. So also, one thing, I put spaces in here, but there should be comments and they should be divided up so it's easily readable. So when someone else comes along and you're not around, they can understand what you're doing and what each section is supposed to be, what task each section is supposed to be performing. That's important in the coding world. So make sure when you're doing this for real that you add this information into your comments and so on into your code, so other people know what you're doing. And I guess that's it for this video. Please subscribe. I'm new to this, so I'm still refining my process. I'm not a good public speaker, so I'm have to get comfortable as time goes on. So hopefully these videos improve over time, and again, like my video or subscribe to my channel or whatever you prefer to do. I would appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. Stay tuned for video 3.1. Thank you.